many times in the last 2 years have I told you the people coming across the channel are not, as the BBC, Sky News, the Times newspaper, and virtually everybody else says, poor, desperate people. Yes, that's the phrase they use again and again. I keep saying, no, they're all young men, and many of them actually pretty aggressive when I've met them face to face in the channel and on Kent beaches, and indeed watched them walking up the ramp at Dover. But no, they're all poor, desperate refugees, and people like Nigel Farage are heartless and are not keeping the best traditions of this country alive. Well, my colleague, leader of Reform UK, Richard Tice, has, working with the Mail on Sunday, and somebody inside the establishment who's finally told us the truth, blown that literally out of the water, if you'll forgive the analogy. You see that Mail on Sunday headline, just look at it. For a period in July, 40% of those that came from Albania. And I showed you last week TikTok videos going around in Albania advertising for people to come. Well, after their successes of the last few days, have a look at these updated TikToks. So they're there, the Albanian national flag is there. They're basically saying, come on down, we're walking all over the Brits, and boy, aren't they. 1,500 Albanian criminals who were supposed to be sent back to Australia. Only 24 have been sent back. Albania is an a prospective EU member, already a NATO member. Loads of Brits go to Albania on holiday. I mean, no one from Albania qualifies to be a refugee in any definition at all, and we have the power to send people straight back there. There's no argument, there's no contest with it. Why are we not doing so? Well, we're through 18,000 so far for this year. And let's just bear in mind what this Albanian migration is all about. It's organized by very serious criminal gangs. The Kurds have been running many of these gangs, but the thought in northern France is that the Albanians are now trying to take the whole industry over. If they do, expect more gunshots at camps in northern France. We've seen some, of course, in the past few months already. And what are they coming to Britain to do? Well, have you noticed how many new men's barber shops have opened up all over the country? They say they're Turkish barbers, but you'll find in most cases they're actually run by Albanians. Have you noticed that the car washes have almost all now been taken over by Albanians? Is this any coincidence? No, these are cash businesses, and it's a means by which illicit cash made from other trades like the drugs trade, which of course is so huge in this country, can effectively be laundered. We're seeing a criminal takeover of many of the bad things, drugs and all that go with it in this country. We're seeing a criminal takeover from Albanian gangs. They're even more dangerous, even more sinister than the Romanian gangs who plagued London so much in the last few years. We're literally opening up the door to criminal enterprises who will then launder money and send it back to Albania. That is what's happened. We are being humiliated on the world stage. We are being made less safe as a country, and our gutless, hopeless, useless Home Office is doing nothing about it other than sending tens of millions of pounds more to the French. Hundreds of millions we've sent the French. The more we send them, the more people they seem to send us. We absolutely must have these figures published regularly to tell us who's crossing the channel, not just to get it through a leak, through a whistleblower, which is obviously what has happened here. And can we please hear from Rishi Sunak or Liz Truss what they do about it? Any government spokesman in the last 24 hours that's appeared on media basically doesn't want to answer the question, can't answer the question. This is easy. Send every single Albanian that has come across the channel back to Albania. Stop this current flood. The numbers this year are now rising rapidly. The Albanians are taking over. It's bad news for us. It's time. It really is now time. Something was done, or I think if you ally that to the worsening cost of living crisis and everything that's going on, this government, whoever the next PM is, will be literally doomed.